Hello and welcome to Sports 360 on DD India. I am Tanvi Taneja. In this edition, we track all the big updates from the world of soccer, from Jurgen Klopp's farewell at Liverpool to Xavi being sacked by Barcelona to Pochettino asked to go by Chelsea. Superstars Toni Kroos and Oliver Giroud set to retire after this summer's European Championship. We also take a look at the draws of the second Grand Slam of the year, the French Open. Will 14-time French Open champion and king of clay Rafael Nadal be able to weave his magic again in what seems to be his farewell Roland Garros? Plus, we will also analyse whether Jos Buttler's exiting the IPL before playoffs cost Rajasthan Royals a place in the final. Let's take a whirlwind tour of the sporting landscape on Sports 360. So the stage is all set for the second and most awaited Grand Slam of the year, the French Open. The draw for the Roland Garros was unveiled on Thursday. Unseeded record 14-time French Open winner Rafael Nadal will face a tough test against Alexander Zverev in the first round in Paris. The 22-time Grand Slam champion has won the French Open 14 times, more than any other player in tennis history, and holds an incredible 112-3 record at Roland Garros. However, this time Nadal is entering unseeded because of all the time off he has taken to recover from injuries. After a loss at the Italian Open this month, Nadal said he needed to think about whether to play in Paris or not. But he has been practicing on the red clay at Roland Garros this week and his name was officially in the bracket. Nadal currently holds a 7-3 record against Zverev, who won the title in Rome last week. Their last meeting was in the 2022 French Open semi-final, where the world number 4 was forced to retire due to an ankle injury during the second set of the match. If Nadal survives Zverev, he could potentially meet yet another tough opponent in Daniil Medvedev, who won the 2021 US Open and made it to the Australian Open final for the third time earlier this year. And DD India's Ross Cullen has more from Paris on the French Open.
Not easy at all for the 37-year-old Spaniard chasing that 15th victory here at Roland Garros. Now, it's interesting that he's been pitted against Alexander Zverev, the world number 4, the number 4 ranked seed for this tournament, the gold medalist likely to be defending his title here at Paris, the gold that he won in Tokyo, Alexander Zverev. But if we look at these two, it is very tough for Rafael Nadal. He is unseeded to try to get past the world number 4. Likely that Zverev, on current form, should be targeting semi-finals or the final of this tournament. They also met in 2022. You might remember that semi-final here at Roland Garros. After 3 hours of play, Alexander Zverev suffered a very serious ankle injury, and that sent Rafael Nadal through by default into the final, which he won. So it is a tough route for Rafael Nadal if he is going to try to land that 23rd Grand Slam victory. And it's noteworthy that Novak Djokovic, who is the number 1 seed for this tournament, hasn't won a championship yet so far in 2024. And so he has accepted an offer to play in Geneva, currently in the semi-finals of the Geneva Open, looking for some form, looking for some confidence to try to extend and maybe win a 25th Grand Slam title for him. But looking just at round 1, that's all that Nadal will be focusing on. Can he have that amazing farewell at what has been a very happy hunting ground for him, the clay courts of Roland Garros over in the west of Paris? Can he get all the way to the final? He will be thinking no further ahead than can he get past Alexander Zverev, the German, in round 1.
More from the French Open. Serbian world number 1 Novak Djokovic, who is yet to win a trophy in 2024, will begin his campaign against French wildcard Pierre-Hugues Herbert. The 3-time winner in Paris is seeded to meet 2-time French Open finalist Casper Ruud, who will start against Czech Jakub Mensik in the quarters. India's Sumit Nagal, who put on a record show in the Australian Open earlier this year, will be the first Indian man to feature in the main draw at the Roland Garros Stadium since Prajnesh Guneshwaran in 2019. He will be up against world number 18 Karen Khachanov in round 1. On the women's side, All eyes will be on Iga Swiatek as she chases her fourth title at Roland Garros. She won the French Open in 2023 after beating Karolina Muchova in 3 sets. Muchova will not be competing this year as she is healing from a wrist injury. World number 2 Aryna Sabalenka had a promising 2023 and started this Grand Slam season with her second straight title at the Australian Open. She will be taking on 19-year-old Erika Andreeva, who is competing in just her second French Open. Two-time finalist Dominic Thiem waved a sad farewell to Roland Garros after the soon-to-retire Austrian was knocked out in the second round of qualifiers on Wednesday in Paris. Thiem was beaten by 6-2, 7-5 by Otto Vartanen on court Suzanne Lenglen and won't make an 11th and final appearance in the main draw of the clay court Grand Slam. Thiem, who reached the final at Roland Garros in 2018 and 2019, announced that he will retire at the end of the year after struggling to return to top form following a wrist injury. Saudi Public Investment Fund (PIF) and Women's Tennis Association (WTA) signed a multi-year partnership to accelerate the growth of women's tennis on Monday. The Public Investment Fund and the WTA unveiled a multi-year partnership that will support their shared ambition to grow women's professional tennis and inspire more women and girls around the world to take up the game. The partnership will also enhance and develop initiatives that support players at all levels. The declaration denotes the latest move in a dramatic shift by the Women's Tour, which was previously hesitant to embrace the Saudi partnership. And next, on to all the action from the field of football. Manchester City on Sunday broke a 136-year record in English top-flight soccer, defeating West Ham 3-1 to clinch the Premier League title for a consecutive 4th season. City, which has now won 6 titles in 7 years, stands alone as the only English team to have won 4 straight top-flight titles.
English club Manchester City have once again etched their name in the history books and showed their prowess in the world of soccer. With a 3-1 win over West Ham United on the last day of Premier League season, they have won an unprecedented 4th straight English top-flight title. Another feat beside already securing treble last season. City went into the final game of the season ahead of the 6th time in 7 seasons, needing only a win to lift the crown once more, and they duly delivered. Foden, who was recently crowned the Football Writers' Player of the Year for his best ever goal-scoring season, ended any suspense after just 79 seconds. The England international arrowed a blistering drive into the top corner to ensure there was no nervous wait for the title party to get started. Foden doubled City's lead inside 20 minutes with another cool left-footed finish from Jeremy Doku's cross for his 27th goal of the season. Manager Pep Guardiola was ecstatic on leading his team to another title.
We have done something unbelievable, 6 Premier Leagues in 7 years. So it's in this country, in the modern football, with the quality of the managers, the teams and everything, it's always... So the team surprised me, the organization surprised me. It's an incredible club, well organized. All departments drive each other to the next level. And before was Liverpool to push our limits, and now have been Arsenal. So I want to congratulate for the deep of my heart for Mikel and staff, backroom staff and players and fans with an incredible season.
No side in the history of the English top flight had ever won 4 successive titles, but City have become accustomed to rewriting the record books under Pep Guardiola. The Catalan coach has masterminded 6 Premier League wins in the past 7 seasons. In 4 of those years, City have also surpassed 90 points. They were pushed this season to deny Arsenal a first title since 2003-04.
Really pleased for the way we compete all season in all competitions, even the Champions League. We didn't lose 1 game in Champions League. We are out for the way we were out. Listen, in football, you know we are going to lose games. You have to choose the way you lose games. This is the define a team. And I like the way when we lose games because it's happened. exceptions. Aston Villa, of course, they were better, and it happened during the season many years, but rarely when we lose, we are not who we are. And that makes me feel so proud, stable and good.
The latest Premier League title success is the third trophy City have won during the 2023-24 season, building on the UEFA Super Cup and FIFA Club World Cup victories earlier in the campaign. By achieving a degree of league dominance never seen before, City have made their case to be considered the greatest side English football has produced. Sports Desk, TD India.
Now, a day after guiding Manchester City to an unprecedented fourth successive title, coach Pep Guardiola on Tuesday was named Premier League Manager of the Year. The Spanish coach has won the honour multiple times since joining the club in 2016. With 6 association titles to his name, he's currently the second best successful manager throughout the entire existence of English football. Guardiola saw off competition from Arsenal's Mikel Arteta, Aston Villa's Unai Emery, Bournemouth's Adone Iraola and Liverpool's Jurgen Klopp. Liverpool delivered much-loved manager Jurgen Klopp a victory in his final game, with the team beating 10-man Wolverhampton Wanderers 2-0 at Anfield on Sunday. Alex McAllister and Harold Quanshaw scored on a day that did not impact the Reds' third-placed finish in the table, but one that Liverpool fans had been dreading since the 56-year-old German manager announced in late January that he would leave the club at the season's end after almost 9 years at the helm. Klopp's men, who were on course to give their beloved manager a fairy tale ending before a string of bad results last month derailed their title challenge, finished the season on 82 points, 9 points behind winners Manchester City.
I knew for a long time our relation is pretty special. I love that. I really think that the people make the difference for this club. How said, these people are the superpower of this club. These people keep the club going. These people push the club. These people carry the club through difficult moments. These people are the club. And so I was not, obviously we had a really a good time together. 9 years, nearly a decade. It was absolutely crazy. Kids who were today in the stadium, kids of the staff who were today in the stadium, and so after the game, they don't know another manager of Liverpool. See, that's how it is. I just think I was always there and will always be there, and that now I'm gone. I expected. Was a bit afraid of a breakdown. I had 1 or 2 moments during the week where it was not great, and I had during the game the last few minutes were tricky. But the general feeling today was it felt for me more like a start than an end, because it's not, I know the goodbye is about me, but in general it's about the team, and I saw a wonderful team.
Following Klopp's departure, Liverpool officially announced Feyenoord coach Arne Slot as the new captain. Liverpool said in a statement that the Dutchman would take up the position of head coach on June 1st, subject to a work permit. The club did not specify the length of his contract in their statement, but Sky Sports said that it understood Slot had signed a 3-year deal. Slot's arrival has been an open secret, with Liverpool reportedly agreeing a compensation deal worth up to £9.4 million, equivalent to $12 million. Klopp, in his final speech to the Anfield crowd, urged fans to throw their full support behind Slot. Chelsea manager Mauricio Pochettino has left his job by mutual consent after 1 season, as announced by the Premier League club on Tuesday. Pochettino joined Chelsea before the 2023-24 season, taking over from interim manager Frank Lampard. The club's new owners, Todd Boehly and Clear Lake Capital, made the decision to bring in Pochettino in order to bring a fresh perspective to Stamford Bridge, following a disappointing 12th place finish in the previous campaign. Despite a rocky start to the season, Chelsea found themselves in the bottom half of the standings. Despite spending more than any club in Europe, Pochettino managed to guide the London club to 6th position in the Premier League standings.
My target is to win. My aim is to win. If you are in a football club like Chelsea, you cannot talk about to do a nice job. and to play well. Is of course do a good job, play well, because this is our style and philosophy and culture, but of course to win. If you don't win in a club like Chelsea, for sure you are going to struggle.
Barcelona have sacked manager Xavi Hernandez, with former Bayern Munich boss Hansi Flick set to replace him. Xavi will take charge of Barcelona for the final time on Sunday when they host Sevilla in their last La Liga match of the season. The 44-year-old, who had been contracted until 2025, was informed of the club's decision during a meeting with club president Juan Laporta and sporting director Deco on Friday, exactly 1 month since it had been announced that he would remain at the club. After guiding Barcelona to the La Liga title in 2022-23, Xavi's side put up a disappointing defence to the crown this season. The Catalans are 12 points behind rivals Real Madrid, with 1 game remaining in the season. Barcelona were knocked out of the Champions League at the quarter-final stage by Paris Saint-Germain. French striker Olivier Giroud intends to retire from international football after next month's European Championship. He said he wants to make sure he does not play one season too many. Giroud, who left AC Milan to join American Major League Soccer side Los Angeles FC earlier this month, has made 131 appearances for France and was a key part of its World Cup winning squad in 2018. With 57 goals, the 37-year-old is men's national team's all-time leading goal scorer, having overtaken Thierry Henry during the 2022 World Cup. Real Madrid and Germany's midfielder Toni Kroos will also retire after this year's European Championship, adding that the next month's Champions League final against Borussia Dortmund will be his last game for the Spanish club. Kroos has made 463 appearances for the club since joining in 2014 and will leave as one of the most decorated players in Real's 120-year history, winning more than 20 trophies, including 4 European Cups. In addition to his titles with Real, the midfielder won the 2014 World Cup with Germany and another Champions League title with Bayern Munich in 2013. Kroos is in the final year of his contract with Real, and in February he announced his return to the German side after 3 years of international retirement and ahead of the June-July European Championship on home soil. Ademola Lookman scored a sensational hat-trick as Atalanta ended a 61-year trophy drought while devastating Bayer Leverkusen's dream of an unbeaten season in the Europa League final at a boisterous Aviva Stadium. We have a report.
Atalanta became the first-time Europa League champions, ending German champions Bayern Leverkusen's remarkable unbeaten streak, ending their dream of securing a treble. This is just Atalanta's second major trophy in their 117-year history. Lookman, who struggled to establish himself in the English Premier League with Everton, Fulham and Leicester City before reviving his career in Italy under Atalanta coach Gianpiero Gasperini, struck twice inside the first 26 minutes before sealing the win 15 minutes from full time.
Probably, yeah. Yeah. You know, I've always had the confidence in my ability to, you know, to create, to score goals, to help my teammates, assist them. And, you know, in the past 2 years, like I said, I've been able to take my game to a new level and been able to show that on a more consistent basis. So maybe it would have came earlier, but it's come now. You know, I'm pleased with the progress that I've made, but this is just the beginning. I hope for more nights like this, and just hope to progress and to get better and better.
The victory ended Gasperini's own 2-decade-long pursuit of major silverware, as his side totally outmatched Xabi Alonso's formidable Leverkusen side, or Never Loosen as they had been dubbed after going an incredible 51 games unbeaten.
Intanto godiamoci la vittoria di questo.
Hugely proud for all of Italy because it was a cursed trophy, even if it was only Inter and Roma who made the final over the last 25 years and lost. It shows just what a competitive competition this is. Having won it with Atlanta is perhaps one of those footballing fairy tales that very rarely happen, and it does show there's still room for meritocracy in football. There's still room for ideas, and it doesn't only come down to numbers and the Super League. There's still faith in other teams that don't necessarily have huge numbers, but that can still achieve great things.
Vincere essendo comunque sostenibile.
Atlanta fans who came to see the match were euphoric on Atlanta's victory.
It's an historic win. It's crazy. It's unbelievable, guys. It's not describable tonight. It's Cinderella of Europe that it's coming to the stairs, like to the top. It's amazing.
We cannot even believe we won. Like we're still trying to figure out how this happened. After Leverkusen, he was unbeaten for 50 matches. So we're very happy we were the one who beat them.
Thousands of jubilant Atlanta fans also gathered in Bergamo to celebrate their side's first Europa League title.
It's super emotional to see Atlanta growing so much. I wasn't expecting this. It's magic. It's magic.
Think of my dad who supported Atlanta since he was 5 years old and had never seen them win. So now it's more for him and for everyone. For Bergamo, very beautiful, very beautiful.
This defeat ended Leverkusen's 51-game unbeaten run this season across all competitions. They had claimed 42 wins and 9 draws before tonight's defeat. Leverkusen, who scored 143 goals this season, have conceded 42 after letting in 3 in this game. They became the first team to go unbeaten in a Bundesliga season. On the other hand, this win ended Atlanta's 61-year trophy drought. Sports Desk, DD India.
And for all the soccer fans out there, did you know that the world of soccer is celebrating the World Football Day on 25th of May? In 2024, the world marked the 100th anniversary of the first international football tournament involving teams from all regions, held on May 25th, 1924 during the Summer Olympic Games in Paris. To honour this milestone, the United Nations General Assembly passed a resolution on May 7th, 2024 proclaiming May 25th as World Football Day. A report.
The world of soccer is celebrating World Football Day on May 25th. As per UN resolution, the annual World Football Day on May 25th was declared to acknowledge the global reach of football and its impact in various spheres, including commerce, peace and diplomacy. The resolution recognizes and highlights how football creates a space for cooperation and acknowledges the fundamental role of FIFA and regional and national soccer federations in promoting the game. The resolution encourages all countries to support football and other sports as tools to promote peace, development and the empowerment of women and girls. It also urges the adoption of policies and programs to promote football and physical activities. The proposal to recognize a football day was proposed to mark the centenary of the 1924 Olympic football tournament in Paris, France, as the first international football tournament in history with representation of all regions, and was initiated by Bahrain, Libya and Tajikistan and subsequently unanimously adopted by 170 nations at the General Assembly in May 2024. Such support at a global scale is a testament to the unifying power of football, the world's most popular sport, and its ability to bring people and nations together. In 2022 FIFA World Cup in Qatar, group stage match versus Costa Rica generated highest audience of the year in Japan. While Argentina's encounter with Mexico drew audience share of 81.3% in Argentina, England versus USA was the most watched men's football match on US television ever. With an estimated 250 million players active in over 200 countries and territories, it's the world's most popular sport. Today, around 200 countries play football, with nations like Brazil, England, Mexico, Germany, Italy, among others, take a keen interest. The countries have clinched the FIFA World Cup many times and have best soccer players worldwide. There are 211 affiliated countries associated with FIFA today. FIFA supports them financially and logistically through various programs. As representatives of FIFA in their countries, they have obligations to respect the statutes, aims and ideals of football's governing body and promote and manage a sport accordingly. Sports Desk, DD India.
Shifting focus to cricket now. After over 2 months and 73 matches, the Indian Premier League 2024 season has reached its finale. Sunrisers Hyderabad and Kolkata Knight Riders will battle it out for the Indian Premier League trophy on Sunday. Hyderabad defeated Rajasthan Royals by 36 runs in the second qualifier in Chennai on Friday to reach their third final. Put into bat, Hyderabad posted 175 for 9 while restricting Rajasthan to 139 for 7. On the other hand, Kolkata defeated Hyderabad in the first qualifier to reach the final. They also ended the league phases at the top of the table with 20 points from 14 matches, 9 wins, 3 losses. The men from Kolkata would want to continue their ruthless brand of cricket and take back their third title. Former Australian speedster Brett Lee believes Jasprit Bumrah will be a key player in the ICC Cricket World Cup in the US and West Indies this year. In an exclusive conversation with DD India's Tapas Bhattacharya, Brett also mentioned that Kolkata Knight Riders are the favourites to win this edition of the IPL. Take a look.
Look who's in town. That's Brett Lee. Sir, you are here, chatting up with your friends, old pals, and coming together for this Legends League. How does it, everything coming out?
Yeah, look, firstly, it's great to be back in Delhi, and it's great to catch up with all the boys, with Dilshan and Swanee and PP. Guys that I've played a lot of cricket against in my career and made friendships off the field. So firstly, it's good to actually see those guys. And for the Legends Intercontinental T20 that's happening in Texas this year, looking forward to seeing how all that unfolds.
Everything is now shifting towards America. The World Cup is also happening there, isn't it? And who do you think is going to be the favourite team, for you at least?
Yeah, look, honestly, I haven't even looked too far into the World Cup. I've been purely focused on the Indian Premier League currently. There's been a lot of cricket, and I'll get through Sunday, then I'll shift my focus onto the T20 World Cup.
Who's your favourite for Sunday?
I think it's going to be very hard to beat KKR. They are the team in form. They've got some quality players. Every side's got quality players, but they just seem to nail their positions. They're very strong at the top with the bat. They've got good bowling options up front as well.
Right. Just wanted to check with you. You've seen most of the Indian players, and when you see the Indian team lineup, do you think which player do you believe that is going to be an X factor in the World Cup?
Well, everyone's talking spin because the low, slow wickets, but I think someone like a Jasprit Bumrah will still have that killer Yorker, and the ball might tail in nicely for him. Reverse swing.
Reverse swing, do you believe there's going to be a major factor there?
I think it will be a factor. Maybe not a major factor, but definitely some sort of factor.
Much appreciate your time. So that was Brett Lee saying that reverse swing and Jasprit Bumrah may be a major factor in the World Cup in America. With camera person Jaishankar, this is Tapas Bhattacharya for DD India from Delhi.
So that's it in this edition of Sports 360. Feel free to send us your thoughts on the program at DD India Live on our different social media handles on Facebook, X and Instagram. I'm Tanvi Taneja from my entire team here in New Delhi. Thank you for watching. Namaskar. We just don't bring you the news as it unfolds. We get to the heart of the matter.
We don't just present facts.